Hi guys! As you know, on my website I have a page called Food in My Fiction where I put all the recipes for the food that is in my novel. In the Villa of Secrets, Naomi makes her own bread every day. So here we go. Here is my bread recipe. And it's so simple, so healthy, and it's so cheap. I buy the cheapest flour, usually 65 cents a kilo from Lidl. Or in Britain, I don't know how much it is, but Tesco's own or any. Not oh, did you see that then? Not the dedicated bread flour, although if you want to make specialist bread, of course that's the thing to use. But for everyday loaves. And you know what? In the winter, a nice pan of homemade soup and some fresh bread makes the most delicious lunch, and it costs coppers. So here we go. 1 bag of flour, a kilo. A little extra flour for kneading. 2 packets of dried yeast. A little olive oil. Tablespoon, if that, and that's it. So put your flour in a large bowl. If you're going to make bread regularly, use a washing up bowl. Keep it just for your bread making. Okay, put your kilo of flour in the bowl, cover it and put it in a warm place, on a windowsill, anywhere warm. Tell you a secret, I put mine in the car. I cover it and put it in the car. It's always warm in the car, standing in the sun. Okay, so flour goes in the bowl and into a warm place. 650 millilitres of warm water. When I say warm, I mean bath water. Well, no, not bath water, you know what I mean. That temperature. Yeah. Into the warm water, put 3 teaspoons of sugar and stir it up and put in your 2 packets of yeast. Okay, give it a stir, cover it and put that somewhere warm too, a windowsill, and mine's in the car. Okay. Half an hour or so later, you'll find the yeast has dissolved and gone frothy. Bring it all back in and make your bread. Now you can see it's all frothy. So I'm going to make a well in the centre of the flour and pour in the yeast and the water. Flour has got a teaspoon of salt mixed into it already. Okay, I'm just going to stir it up slowly. You can stir it from the centre, as it says in the cookery books. It takes ages. So just stir it up, you know. And so the flour is all mixed in with the yeast and water. There we go. So far so good. Now, I'm going to tip it out. Mixed up. I'm going to tip it out and knead it. And how do you know when it's ready? Well, you don't. I give it 150 kneads, right? That works for me. So once you've got all the flour mixed into it properly, it becomes this lovely, elasticy dough. We all know and love. Move the camera down a little bit so that you can see. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I'm just mixing it all in, and soon you will find that it is horribly sticky. But persevere, and it will soon go elasticy. These bits in. So we've got some spare flour. There we go. Now I'm going to knead it. And as I said, 150 or 200, that does it for me. So here we go. We take the outside, put it on the inside, take the outside, and that's all it is. And we're going to do that 200 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 200. So now we put the dough back in the bowl. Take the olive oil, put a coating of olive oil. This is to stop the top drying out. Just rub it over. So I'm going to cover the bowl. And now I'm going to put it back into my warm place, in my case, the car. See you later. I'm not sure how long my bread's been rising because I was talking to my granddaughter on Skype, and you know how it goes on a Sunday afternoon. Now I'm going to knock the air out of it and knead it for about 2 minutes and then divide it into 3 loaves. About 20 minutes later, I will put that bread into the oven. So here we go. And I'm going to tip it out to knock the air out of it. You can see it's risen right up to the top of the bowl. So here we are to tip this out onto a floured surface. Sticky. Okay, so now we're going to knock the air out of it. So a bit more flour. There we go. So we're just going to knock the bubbles out of it. And then leave it to rise again while the oven heats up. With flour on your hands will get rid of them. Bits of dough. So we're just going to knock the air out of it, and sometimes it actually squeaks. All these little, you can see the air bubbles there, see? Look, these are all air bubbles. We want to knock those out so that the dough isn't too open when it cooks. Just a couple of minutes. We'll do it. And then, there's no more air bubbles in there. Going to Then I'm going to divide it into 3 because that makes 3 nice sized loaves. And about 20 minutes in the tin. I don't actually use a tin, I use a Pyrex. Rub it with margarine, coat it with flour, and the reason I use that is because I have a really cheap oven. It's not fan assisted, and if I use a tin, the bread always burns on the bottom, so I use a Pyrex. And I cook it for about half an hour on 225. I put the oven full on so that it's really hot, and then when I put the bread in, I turn it down to 225. I don't know what that is in gas mark anything, but it says 225 on my cooker, so there you go. Okay, that's done now. So, nice. It's lovely. It's the best part now. So now I'm going to divide the dough into 3. Okay, 3 loaves. There we go. always one slightly smaller than the others, and that's the one that should go in the middle. Okay, with plenty of flour on this one, so it doesn't stick to the other two. Okay, now I'm going to cover that. So there we are. I'm going to cover those and turn the oven on, and by the time the oven's hot, these will be ready to go in. Hi, so here we are. Bread is risen and ready for the oven. I'm just going to paint the top with a little milk so that it browns a nice crust, and then I'm going to pop it straight into the oven. Now, a nice cup of tea. Let's tip this out. And we'll leave that to cool now. My bread's cool. I'm going to slice it and put it in freezer bags. And then whenever I want a round of bread, I can just get one round. Doesn't matter. So I hope you enjoyed. Now let me know how you get on. Send me a photo of your bread and I'll put it on my website. That'd be great. Okay, that's it. Bye.